Hello, today we ask Reddit what free things online should people take advantage of. I wanted to do a video on the most upvoted post, and despite this not being the most upvoted, this was the highest post in which I could make a video off of. If this video gets 15 likes, I'll try to make a video of the highest upvoted post. With that out of the way, sit back and enjoy. If you're in the USA and you earn less than a certain amount of money, currently $69,000, you can use the same software to file your taxes for free. The system is called Free File, and companies that sell you tax software are trying very hard to make it difficult to find. Don't let them. $69,000. Nice. This thread has made me believe that the world is a fraction of a slight better than I thought it was. Honestly, it's actually probably worse than you think, because in most countries the government does your taxes for you and sends you a receipt to check over. The only reason we still have to do our own taxes is because companies like TurboTax have lobbied the government to keep them in business. Free File is part of the compromise they made with the government so that they can keep screwing everyone. Photopea. It's a Photoshop clone that is completely free, unintrusive side banner ad, can be removed by a one-time payment, and has all the basic features of Photoshop, using basically the same interface. If you're used to Photoshop and just need to get something quick done, there's nothing better out there. Best of all, it's completely contained within your browser. There's no installation, no local files, not even an account or sign in. To add to this, a non-browser, free image editor is GIMP. Yes, GIMP is the current king of free Photoshop alternatives. Only issue is that for people familiar with Photoshop's layout and workflow, GIMP can be tough to switch to, at least initially. I understand the core engine behind GIMP is very well fleshed out. However, from memory, GIMP was initially written for another engine, so a lot of potential functionality, lossless editing for one, is yet to be realized. Any way you look at it, Photopea is ideal for small jobs, then move on to GIMP or Photoshop for bigger jobs. Archive.org has lots of old but free content. For example, a lot of disk-operated systems games are directly playable through the browser. I always love the opportunity to be able to talk about archive.org because it is such a wonderful and free resource. It has millions of free downloads for music, movies, books, software, etc. One very popular example is that it is home to a very large catalog of Grateful Dead recordings. There's also the Internet Arcade, where you can play a lot of classic games, along with the console living room, which is similar. They have access to tons of old PC games too, and you can even play the original Oregon Trail online. It also has the Wayback Machine, which has archived more than 396 billion web pages saved over time, so you can go back and see how websites were years ago. For example, here's Reddit on July 25, 2005, a month after it was created. Most large universities have their courses online for free. MIT OpenCourseWare. UC Berkeley used to have 20,000 videos of their courses available for free online, but two employees from another university removed them by suing under the Americans with Disabilities Act, complaining that they didn't have closed captioning and therefore discriminated against deaf people. All 20,000 videos were deleted. Wow, I just looked up the story. That's insane. Thankfully, the videos were archived in several places and are still available online. Imagine being the guy who has to caption college lectures. You could basically get multiple degrees just by doing your job and paying attention. Project Gutenberg. Lots of free classic books. Add openlibrary.org and archive.org too. A lot of free useful books and articles. While we're talking about books, most libraries have an e-reader program like Libby or Overdrive. I have seriously increased my reading this year after I found that out. Skiplag.com for flights. It's so good that United sued them and lost. They essentially exploit the pricing manipulation that airlines use. Example, if you want to go from Phoenix to Atlanta, sometimes a ticket from Phoenix to Fort Lauderdale connecting through Atlanta is cheaper. This website finds those flights for ya. Just don't check in a bag. Edit. A succinct article highlighting tips and risks. Summary. Use it sparingly and you'll be good. Edit 2. The website's creator didn't ask me anything 5 years ago. I used to work for American Airlines. If you do use this, make sure you have a completely separate reservation for your return flight. Once you miss a segment of your flight, Airlines will usually cancel any other flights on that reservation because they assume you won't make them either. Yeah, my girlfriend almost got stranded in Brazil because of this. She missed her connecting flight and had to buy a new one-way ticket into Brazil. No one told her her entire trip had been cancelled, and she had bought a one-way ticket to the international airport in Brazil 9 months later to come home, where her return flight would have left from, and found out it had been cancelled. Didn't have enough money for an entire new ticket, $2,000-ish. Luckily talked it down to like $600 with customer service, but it was some bullshit. That should be illegal. I fly a lot for work. I received a cease and desist letter for doing this saying I would be banned from the airline. Be careful with this one. Maybe not everyone, but for students Zotero is a lifesaver. It will store your sources, import them to a bibliography in whatever citation style you need, and even create in-text citations in your paper. It saves hours of work. And it integrates with Google Docs to auto-populate your references. Use Khan Academy for literally everything. It's free knowledge that you can use to clep out of university courses, or to simply invest your time in a worthwhile topic. Free quality education is best education. Their math courses are better than any college course I've taken. The instructor does a really great job of making math approachable. Patrick James' YouTube channel was a godsend for the math courses I had to take in my ME curriculum. Some of my math professors were brilliant but couldn't verbally explain what an integral was actually doing. Patrick was able to explain it in 10 seconds. Professor Leonard is also great. He is a college professor and records his lectures and posts them all on YouTube. He has an entire playlist of Calc 1, 2, 3, Stats, Algebra 1, etc. Library Genesis, a great place to look for and download college, university textbooks for free, as well as other books. Edit, as commenters have pointed out, it has unfortunately been blocked in some countries. A VPN, Tor could help in this case. I will always upvote LibGen. My first 2 semesters of college I went through Amazon, on-campus bookstore and then discovered LibGen because of Reddit, meaning I bought maybe $150 worth of textbooks for the rest of my undergrad, totaling only about $500-ish for all 4 years. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for everyone since more classes are having online access codes nowadays. My roommate was spending about $1,000 on textbooks a semester solely for the access codes because his business classes all used them. Edit. Mods removed the original comment because it linked directly to the website, which is probably against Reddit TOS. It's called Library Genesis, so hopefully isn't hard to find. Alternatively, PM me and I can PM you. Edit 2. Just to clarify, this is piracy and not just cheap textbooks or anything, and there is the chance that they won't have your book. The link for the download doesn't work. Keep trying the provided mirrors if one doesn't work. Wow. Students in the US really are getting ducked. I paid roughly $300 tuition per semester to attend one of Germany's best universities, and that included a ticket for public transport, worth about $400 if I had to buy the ticket directly. I sometimes had to buy books, about $50 per book, maybe 8 in total, but in most cases everything was scanned and available at copy shops or online. If you went to the copy shop you had to pay a little fee and the printing costs, so about $5 per binder. I think there is a system behind making education so inaccessible, especially for the working class. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library if you have a child younger than 5. The send an age-appropriate book once a month. It's amazing. I have so many books for my daughter since I signed up and she loves getting them in the mail. This one is really incredible. Such a diverse range of books from classic stuff like Little Engine that could to new stuff like Llama Llama. It's pretty amazing what she's done. Canadians get a free Canada flag that was flown on Parliament Hill. Only a 40-year wait though. That wait time is up significantly. Last time I checked it was something like 92 years. I stand corrected. According to the Government of Canada website, the peace flag wait time exceeds 100 years. The lesser requested, other Parliament flags, also exceeds 100 years. Top Class Actions, basically a site that lists active class action lawsuits you might qualify for. I've used it for trivial things like suing Red Bull for a free case because it didn't give me wings, but on a serious note, it made me aware of the suit against Equifax for leaking my data. That should be a settlement worth over $100. It's a cool way to hold corporations semi-accountable, and score some money, freebies for any wrongdoing that went under the radar. 1aauto.com. It is a car parts supplier, but their videos show exactly what tools you need, what parts you need, and how to do a repair yourself. Great money saver if you don't know much about mechanics. Someone I knew was going to get screwed by their mechanic, $700 for a water pump replacement. Showed them that, they did it themselves for $30. It makes it quicker too, knowing what tools you need ahead of time for your particular car. Edit. I agree they're not the best for parts, this was just about their videos. For parts, rockauto.com is great. If you need an item quicker and have an advanced auto nearby, order online and pick up in store. They almost always have a coupon online for at least 20% off, which you can apply and pick up in store, around 30 minutes later, yet save quite a bit versus just going in and buying. Last edit, for those that are not mechanically inclined and do not want to mess with it, use repairpal.com when you receive a quote and make sure the price is reasonable. It will give you a pretty general idea of what you should be paying in your area. It's not 100%, but will help keep you from getting ripped off. Unfortunately, there are a lot of shops that will take advantage of a situation. Not saying all, of course, but that way you will know for sure. Thanks for the silver, as well. uBlock Origin. Best ad blocker by a mile. Websites are 95% ads and 5% content nowadays, but uBlock brings balance to the force. Works on all browsers, even mobile. Astronomer here. You can look up all the satellites flying over your house tonight, including the ISS, Hubble Space Telescope, those pesky Starlink satellites, and whatever else your heart desires, complete with star maps and precise timing. The website is called Heavens Above and there is an Android app, but unfortunately no iOS one last I checked. For iOS I use Sputnik, which is free and tells me the ISS and Hubble passes overhead. It should be noted by the way that many if not most of these objects are visible even in a city if on a good pass right above you. So out and see some cool stuff. Alrighty, time for the lightning round. Here we go. Sci-Hub. Endless free college books. Coolmathgames.com. Unsplash.com is where you can get free photos of just about anything, provided by the photographers themselves, to do with what you like. Google Maps, navigation app. Blender, 3D modeling software. VLC, video player. The Windows snipping tool, screen capture tool. Space Engine, space exploration simulator. Wikipedia, online encyclopedia. MuseScore, music notation software. Audacity, audio editing software. Handbrake, video converter. Zotero, reference manager. Desmos.com, online calculator. Calibre, ebook manager. Notepad++, text editor. Visual Studio Code, code editing software. Stud.io, Lego simulator. Search Everything, instant file search software. Latex, document software. Overleaf, collaborative latex. Discord, chat and communication software. OBS Studio, streaming and recording software. Krita, digital design. R, statistics software. pfSense, firewall software. OpenSense, firewall software. Freeness, file server software. GIMP, digital design. OpenSCAD, 3D model scripting software. Malwarebytes, malware protection. Unity, game design software. Net, image design. 7-zip, file archiving. Plex, media storage access. LibreOffice, document editing suite. KeePass, password manager. DaVinci Resolve, video color correcting, editing. Inkscape, vector art software. Google's apps, Google's document suite, Docs, Sheets, Gmail, etc. Duolingo, language learning. Darktable, photo workflow a la Lightroom. MPD, Mopedy, FOSS music player daemon. FX Solver, SciMath, Mathway Math, engineering, chemistry problem solving. Raykuva, restores deleted files. Python, a programming language for quickly writing scripts. Fubar 2000, freeware audio player. F.Lux, day, night cycle on monitor color, brightness. Fusion 360, free 3D CAD, CAM design software. Steam, platform for game distribution. Shazam, app that tells you what song is playing. Audio router, sound routing. Arduino, open source electronics platform. LMMS, music studio. Kodi, entertainment center software. Git, version control system. Cakewalk, audio workstation. Greenshot, print screen tool. IrfanView, image viewer, editor, organizer and converter. TeamViewer, remote desktop software. Firefox, web browser. Wireshark, open source packet analyze. DiskFan, visually see how much space is being used on a volume. Beyond compare, compare two files, directories, whole trees and directories. VNC server, viewer, remote desktop software. TightVNC, remote desktop software. Ubuntu, a Linux OS. Windorstat, graphical disk usage analyzer. Oracle VirtualBox, open source hypervisor. PuTTY, an all-in-one protocol terminal. ShareX, screenshotting and productivity tool. Nanite, tool used for installing and updating many apps at once. Rufus, tool to make bootable USB drives. GNU Octave, open source MATLAB alternative. SpaceSniffer, disk space usage. With that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for sticking around until the end of the video and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment any free online resources you use. And until next time.